Hi everyone, it's Little Blue and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue, after having taken a couple of days off. You might have noticed the radio silence over the weekend, but basically I hit what I like to call burnout. And it comes after a time that's been incredibly stressful, where you've just had to keep going. Something big happens, you keep going, you get ill, you keep going. You just push yourself, you battle through because you don't want to let anyone down. And you know you've got to take a break, but you don't. You just keep going until it gets to that point where there's a calm, a very small calm, where all the stress has gone, where maybe you've got to the end of a big work project, or maybe you were doing a show, I don't know, that's what it used to be for me, or like a load of money worries are suddenly over, and then your body goes, you're relaxed now, you're going to have a cold. And that's pretty much what's happened. I have pushed myself, and I've relaxed a little bit on Thursday. Baby Blue's had a cold. I think, it probably her one came out on Friday. And I'm a day behind her. So yesterday, she wasn't good at all. We spent the whole day in yesterday. And with the storm raging outside, that wasn't a bad thing. So literally, I had a shower in the morning. And rather than getting dressed, I put clean pyjamas on. And it was lovely. We'd stocked up the cupboards from the day before. So, yeah, it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And the day before that, she was not good. We'd been out for a walk and she'd cried the whole time. I still don't know whether that was all feeling well. She was like milking it a bit. I think there was an element of I want your attention, mummy, but that was probably because she wasn't feeling well. So yeah, I wanted to take some time out to look after Baby Blue while she wasn't feeling well, but also for my own well-being. You can probably hear it in my voice because this morning I woke up with the worst sore throat and all the gunky, yucky stuff is coming up, as Baby Blue would say. So today's been tough, but I've done the battling through thing. I should have learnt my lesson. And I say it to everyone. I mean, I was talking to a friend last night who said that their little one isn't feeling great and she's got lots of stress, the other half's got work stress and all of this stuff. And I always say the same thing to people is, it's okay to take a break, even if that's just an hour where you don't look at stuff. I mean, you might be revising for something. Maybe you've got a big exam at work or at school or whatever. Always take time out. So if you're a kid going on study leave, take days, like literally a whole day where you don't study, because it will do you the world of good, because you get yourself into this like real, my drama school teacher used to say a flap. I used to flap because I literally physically flap my hands, and you just can't focus, and you've been looking at it too long. Like when you're building a website or you've got a certain project, you need to come away from it and look at it again with fresh eyes. Honestly, it really helps. I can remember I was in a big show in Kingston at the Rose Theatre, and it was an original play. I was playing the lead, and the writer changed the whole script, like under 2 weeks before the curtain went up. And he didn't just change the whole play, because that would have been easy. Learning a whole new play would have been easy in comparison. What he did was he kept the scenes, but changed bits of the lines, not all of them, bits of the lines. And that is actually harder to relearn than the other, because you've then got two versions of the same scene in your head, and it's so hard. And I was stressing so much. Actors were getting annoyed with me because I wasn't giving them their cue lines, but that's because it had changed, and I was the only person this had happened to, because I was in 36 scenes, and I think there was only one scene I wasn't in, and 36 scenes had been changed, and nobody got it. Nobody would sympathise with me, and I had a bit of a meltdown to one of the producers, and he just said, look, come with me, we're going to the pub. And I went, okay. And he went, have you had a single day in the last 2 months where you haven't looked at the script? It's like, no. It's like, have you had a single day where you haven't thought about it? No. I've lived and breathed this role. It's like, right. Tomorrow, I want you to put your script down. I want you to go out with your other half. I want you to go down to the beach, go for a walk in the woods, go do something, go to the cinema, but you are not to think about this play or any one of us. You are not to pick up your script. Your script stays in its folder in your bag and you do not get it out. And you just have a day to yourself. You eat rubbish food and do what you want. And I just looked at him with like panic. It's like, the show is like just over a week away. How can I do that? It's like, because you need to. You've got yourself too worked up, too stressed, and the anxiety is stopping your brain from relaxing and doing what comes naturally. And I did. I followed his advice. And to be honest, I was really apprehensive and I was so scared about doing it. But I did it. I relaxed. I had a lovely day. I woke up the next day and I was like, oh my God, I need to pick up that script. I need to pick up that script. And I didn't. I literally didn't look at the script. And I remember getting to the rehearsal and I looked at the director and he said, I hope you went over your lines last night. Towards the end of the show, me and the director did not see eye to eye because I don't think he got it. I don't think he got the fact that everything had been changed and it was just not easy. And I went onto stage and I just smiled at him. And I went onto stage and I nailed it. I nailed every single scene. And I hadn't looked at the script at all. I hadn't done it. And I just went up to Jono, who was the producer, and I gave him the biggest hug. And I went, that was the best advice anyone has given me. Ever. And I stick by it. And I've always remembered it. I mean, this was 2011 I did this show. And I've stuck by that advice. And as soon as somebody's revising, or if I know somebody who's going through some work stresses, I always say, you need to take time out. Even if you don't think you can spare a second. Take what you can. An hour. Take a bubble bath. Just chat to one of your best mates on the phone. Or go on to like Messenger and message an old friend that you've not spoken to. Just distract your mind and do something that will calm you down. Because I promise you, you will go back to it with fresh eyes and think, yes, I've got this. I can do this. And 100% that's what I've needed to do this weekend because I've been so stressed. But what I found is this morning, so we've rested Saturday and Sunday, and I've woken up this morning, I felt really rubbish again, and we've had quite a nice chilled morning. We've gone out, we've had to go shopping to get some bits, and I had to pick something up that was in town as well, which I had on standby, which I completely forgot about. And we did all those bits. We topped up the electricity and all of that. And then got back, had a nice lunch together. And after I'd eaten lunch and I'd had my coffee, I suddenly went, I'm going to tackle some of these things that I've been putting aside. So I went into my bedroom. I sorted through all the boxes that I hadn't gone through. Basically, it was a while ago, but I went to collect some stuff from Baby Blue's dad's house where I used to live. And I haven't been able to look in the boxes. They've just been sat there ready to go through and I just haven't done it. And I just went, right, I'm going to do it. I've gone through 3 boxes, 2 big bags. I've got 3 bags for the charity shop and a big bag of books for my cousin's nursery. My bedroom looks amazing. It doesn't look like the storeroom of a charity shop anymore. And yeah, you can move in there and it's lovely. The downside to doing that was I spent about an hour and a half doing it. I came back in the living room thinking Baby Blue had been sitting watching a movie. It was ridiculous. Don't know why I thought that. There were toys everywhere. She's completely trashed the living room. There's marbles everywhere. But to be honest, I didn't care. I'd got something done that had been looming over me, and it just felt great. And I still had all this motivation. So I've cleaned the kitchen, I've cleaned the bedroom. I haven't actually started in the living room. I probably should have done, but I haven't. And I've got some emails sent that I wanted to send. I've replied to some messages that I've needed to do. I've got some admin done that I needed to do. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I did. I felt very productive and I felt more myself. So I started to think about me more. And sorry, that's just made me think of Sheldon, because isn't that what he calls his nan? Mima or something. I started to think of me and making plans again to do stuff for myself. So usually I'd think, oh, Baby Blue would love to do this club. Baby Blue would love to do this. Baby Blue would love that. I never think I want to buy that for me. I want to do that for me. I've stopped doing it completely. And what I've done is I've done a little bit of shopping, not actual shopping, but window shopping online, looking for clothes that I want. So when I get paid, I can buy something for myself. I'm going to treat myself. And I know what I'm treating myself to, and I'm looking forward to it. And I was thinking I'm going to be able to afford to do a hobby for myself. I was thinking about doing a hobby for Baby Blue, and she's going to do a sports club, so that she's got that, and I want something for me. So I'm either going to go back to the choir I used to sing with, which is on a Thursday morning, or I am going to find a dance fitness class, which I think is more me. I think I want to do a dance fitness class more than I want to do the choir. But the choir the timing of it is perfect. And it's probably going to be the same amount of money, to be honest. But whichever one I choose, it's going to be a little bit of me coming back, a little bit of who I was before I became a mother, before everything. So I'm just trying to, what's the word? Soul search, I guess. And that, honestly, that feeling and that sort of motivation and that passion has come from me taking a couple of days away from it all. I don't know, when you're on your own and you're a single parent or whatever the deal is, or if you're just battling mental health issues and you feel lonely, I think just having that sort of epiphany moment is just wonderful sometimes. And I want to be sociable again. I want to be so many things again, and that in itself is crazy. And one thing I'm going to do as well, hopefully, is sort my hair out, because when you're a mum, especially, literally I just grab my hair, scrunch it up and tie it up in a bun. The problem with my hair is it doesn't stop growing. It grows so quickly. So I could have it cut and then it's back down to my waist in 6 months. So my hair is currently, it's past my waist. It's so long because I haven't been able to afford to have it cut, and I'm going to be able to soon. So I know what I'm going to do with my hair. So I'm going to have a complete makeover, a complete sort of image change. And that in itself is just another great thing. And it's going to make me feel like me again. So my advice for people, that what I wanted to talk about in the podcast, and I hope it's not been a rambly way around it, is don't be afraid to take time for you. Don't be afraid to say, hang on, I can't do this anymore. I need to stop. I need to rest. Because it is so important for your mind, body and soul, honestly. And it will do you the world of good. Obviously, if you've got something deadly important that has to be done that day, you probably should do it. So be sensible about it. But you know what I mean. Just take time out, make time for you, and think of yourself once in a while, because we all need that. We all need me time. It's so important. Anyway, I'm going to bring the podcast to a close there. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. Have a lovely week, everyone. And I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.